I'm Sam Sutherland, a former music journalist and failed TV personality, and End Hits is where I round up the best songs that I heard this week. They might not be brand new, but they are relatively new to me. They are presented in absolutely no order and with no genre or numeric consistency. You're welcome. Depths of Hatreds and Infidel's Dissent from their album Blood Guilt is the epitome of sick Quebecois death metal. There is something in the water in Quebec. This band is from Montreal, but you have bands like Voivod from extremely not Montreal, wherever the fuck Voivod's from. Where's Voivod from? Jonquière, Quebec. I wasn't going to pretend that that was even on the tip of my tongue, but now you know that I am smart. It's no secret that Quebec punches above its weight in heavy communities, and Depths of Hatred are part of that proud lineage. If you like unrelentingly shredding death metal, you're going to love this. It's really good. This song in particular has an unrelenting opening that truly epitomizes what this band is capable of. They're not trying to be clever, it's not catchy, it's just pummeling. And then they start breaking things off and explore different territories, but that sort of opening salvo of just like, oh, it's good. Colleen Green's I Want to Be Ignored from her forthcoming dual EP, Casey's Tapes / Harmontown Loops, is a perfect example of why Colleen Green is just so sick. This is like stoner minimalist pop mixed with a kind of dance punk aesthetic that is essentially what I imagine the Thermals in their early 4-track era would sound like trying to cover an early LCD Sound System song, which maybe sounds derivative, but it's not. What I love so much about what Colleen does is that she takes influences and then boils them down to their composite parts and takes only what she needs. So these are lean, crisp songs that somehow also make you feel extremely high. And this is a perfect example of what she does well, and I'm very excited for this entire EP. EPs. There are two EPs. As Oceans are a progressive death band, which is a fancy way of saying gent. It's very, very genty. And this song, I gotta look at my notes because it's like we're getting into metal hours and the song names are impossible. Wanderer Above the Mist. It's not that hard, but you know, it's like a lot of evocative words and you don't want to fuck it up. From their album, Still Miles to Go, is a great example, again, of like what this band is capable of doing. It's not just straight up Meshuggah worship. There's a lot more happening and a lot more of traditional death metal elements in what they're doing, along with that gent that you and I know and love so much. This is a new track from a new record, and I'm super excited to hear the entire thing. Woof is the self-titled track from Forever Unclean's recent full-length album. This is a Danish pop-punk band, and I'll be honest, I don't know that I've ever listened to, consciously listened to, purposely listened to a Danish pop-punk band. So hailing from Copenhagen, again, who knows if I've ever listened to anything from Copenhagen. Wait. For a second, I panicked and thought that Millencolin were Danish, and I was looking like a poser, but nope, they're still Swedish. Not a poser. Forever Unclean kind of sound like Millencolin though, so you can see how my dumb brain made that connection. They have more in common with American fest punk orgcore type bands, in particular the Dopamines. If you liked Public Domain, the greatest Dopamine song, you're gonna love Woof. It has the same just huge energy, big hooks, but the vocals certainly have the edge to them that comes when non-native English speakers, what are they? Yeah, just confirming that Danish is the language that's spoken in Denmark. Nailed it. Very smart. And so this song has that kind of edge to it where it doesn't sound like a band from Ohio or it doesn't sound like a band from Florida, but it still has that like big energy that you expect to see every year when you go to Gainesville. And for that, hell yes. What was the best thing that you heard this week? Let me know in the comments or on Twitter or at the bar. Be excellent to each other and stay high.